Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 frames per second. I'm JayJay. I'll be playing Drew today. It feels like it's been 800 years since I've done an FPS, so if I am scatterbrained, no, I'm not. um,
Precisely.
and with me, I have the lovely, wonderful, and amazing.
Hey, that's you. And also me. Also, hi, I'm Wick. I'm gonna be playing Austin Teishus.
Yeah, and speaking of Austin, it was it. I can speak English clearly. It is in fact a certain fashion disaster's birthday, is it not?
It is.
Yeah. So, what is said fashion disaster up to on this special of birthdays? That wasn't a totally grammatically correct sentence. Anyway, what is
No, you
Austin
got
doing?
it. So what's he doing? Me? I don't know. Uh,
Well, let's start with are you in or out of the apartment?
that's a great question. Uh, uh, I forgot what the options. I just I just flipped a coin and went, oh, well, all right. So he's in the apartment.
Okay, so then I am going to take initiative and say that he is in his room. Doing what? That's none of my business. Anyway, um,
Well, I mean, on a day like today, pretty much a day like any other, he'd probably just be. Maybe he's catching up on reading a book for once. He's got so many of them.
he really does. The apartment is quite literally full of them. Um, I am going to have said birthday boy roll perception.
Initiative, I'll kick your ass.
No. Perception.
Honestly, I'd rather roll initiative. It has a better modifier.
Rip to
Okay.
Austin and his doo-doo perception.
17.
Okay, so you are in your room reading this book. What it's about, it's also none of my business. Um, and
It's I want to think about what it is. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
All right, what kind of thing? What are you reading, boy? What are you?
What do you mean?
Let me see. I'll do da da da. Okay. Two. Ooh, he's reading a sci-fi.
Oh shit! Neat. Uh, so you were in your room reading the sci-fi book, and you kind of get the smell of something baking. Hello? But it's definitely coming from your kitchen.
Did did I leave the oven on? did, did I? Oh God, I hope I didn't leave the oven on. What the hell did I put in there? He's gonna get up. I mean, he's gonna get up and then he's like, "Oh wait, I have to bookmark my book," and he does that, and then he.
I also very much do that all the time. But yeah.
but he just he very quickly opens the door and he kind of trots over to the kitchen like, oh God, what is it? What's happening?
Okay. So you go over to the kitchen, and a certain little white robot is standing there. He's not wearing his hat or anything, but there is a bunch of you know how like when you're baking and you very obviously make a mess that indicates that you're baking.
I
It
know.
looks like that in the kitchen. Their hat is sitting on the table, the kitchen table, and there's just baking mess everywhere. It's not like atrocious. It's not like a flour bomb went off in the kitchen, but it is like not neat.
Well, listen, I've done a lot of baking, and it is not. It is always a messy process.
Mhm.
No matter how neat you want to be,
Yeah.
it's it's No.
It's absolutely not. But yeah, so you come running out, and uh, my brain shut off. You find this mess, and Drew kind of spins around and gives a small wave.
uh, hi. Just gonna give a wave back.
Hi.
Um, what are you up to?
Uh, and they kind of glance down to the oven and then back up at you and just baking, I think.
You think?
I'm following the recipe. That does not mean that I am a good baker.
Well, I mean, well, there are plenty of variables alongside the recipe, but I mean, it's a pretty good rule of thumb to, you know, read the box.
I am, in fact, reading the box. And you look over and you do see that the box is still sitting on the counter off to the side.
Good. Why?
Um, roll insight.
Cool.
Holy fuck.
21.
So, um, you get the feeling you know exactly why they are baking on this day of all days, why they are baking something. Because although Drew does occasionally dabble in the baked goods, um, they don't do it very often because of this, that, or whatever reason. So you get the feeling that you know exactly why today of all days they are making something. And since you've seen the box, you can also tell that they are in fact making the box and the baking mess with like the little, what the fuck are they called? Like the little wrapping papers that cupcakes come in, scattered everywhere. That they are making cupcakes.
Oh. um, they're 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 me trying to also think of the term. Damn,
the little
beats me. I don't know.
the little paper
Baking
thingies.
cups, aren't they?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Let's go with that. So you find that, yeah, they're making cupcakes, and you know why.
Well, hold on. I want him to roll something.
Is it deception?
Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
That's
And
it.
oof.
Don't roll insight. I feel like you can see through this. Now he's got like this little, like, you know, the little cat face, got a little
Yeah.
mischievous face.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know, I'm just not really sure. Did you just feel like making cupcakes, or he's being very playful about it?
Wow, what an asshole. I'm kidding.
Why would I?
um,
Yes, good.
um, um, so you say this and just shoots you a look that's very much this sort of sarcastic, like, I know what you're doing. Yes, I'm
And his
making them
face
for.
only gets more smug.
Yes, I'm making them for a specific reason.
And what reason would that be? And as he says that, he leans against the counter and he kind of like whacks his hand a little bit.
Well, I am aware that my memory is not the best track record of most. However, I know for a fact that it is a certain someone's birthday today.
Could it perhaps be your birthday?
They sort of like squint a little And just, we both know it's not.
Yes, yes. I guess that was a little dumb, huh? And he kind of just flops dramatically into one of the kitchen chairs, like, uh-huh.
No, no, it's somebody else's birthday.
Hmm. And I guess the mailmans.
um, Drew sort of like rolls their eyes like over dramatically in that sort of like goofy ass way, and just no, and I don't even know our mailman.
Well, you should. They come by like what time of day?
Drew just
He looks at
shrugs.
his wrist. It's got no freaking watch.
No, it doesn't. But Drew shrugs and just no.
And he kind of just he kind of like straightens up and just kind of sits back, relatively uh, just relaxed, not as dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
You really making these for me?
Of course I am.
You know we could have made them together.
But then it wouldn't be a surprise. I guess it's not a surprise anymore anyway, but that's besides the
Well,
point.
I mean, it was a surprise up until, I smelled something from the oven and I thought I left something in there.
Nope, it was me all along.
But really, you didn't have to.
Yeah, but I wanted to.
He kind of looks up at Drew and then kind of just looks away a little bit.
Apologies, I'm gonna be a second till the helicopter stops flying overhead and goes away.
Oh my God, it's the cops. They're after me.
I was hoping that it wouldn't pick up on the recording, but I checked OBS and it's like freaking out, and I'm like, cool, great, love that for me. Um, can I roll insight?
Sure.
That's not right. I can see you typing to roll deception. I got a 16.
No. Don't you get?
Oh, yeah, I do. I guess I should probably add the math in that. Hold on. What's 16 plus 7?
23.
Okay, so I actually got this.
Cool.
I know how to play D&D.
Oh, you gotta learn again.
Damn,
Austin, it's not your day to lie.
No, it is not.
All right, what do you want to know?
So what do I see as my special eyes? So he looked up at Drew and then looked away. What was that about?
Well, he looked up at Drew to see, to kind of to gauge any like indication that whether or not they actually like wanted to make them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it like you can tell. You don't have to roll insight. You can tell that like they actually wanted to do this.
He didn't know if they wanted to or they just felt obligated to.
Nope, they wanted to.
When he figured it was the former, kind of looked away because he was a little embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I should add, you do get a little blush mark.
Yeah, no, they wanted to.
Try to play it off.
Not with that 11 in deception, buddy.
Nope. I just roll straight 11s the entire time.
I will lose my mind. personally.
Who knows? But he kind of just he does grow a little quiet and just calmly sits at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And by calmly, I mean no, he's a little nervous.
Mm-hmm. I think Drew just sort of lets the silence hang there a minute because you could tell by the smell that like the cupcakes are in fact like in the oven. That's what you were smelling. So they're just kind of standing around waiting for them to be done cooking. Theoretically, they could wash the dishes, and maybe they would have had they managed to keep their surprise a secret. But they blew it, so.
Oh. Well, you kind of hear a like a shoof kind of noise as Austin kind of leans on the table. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in that way where you have like both your arms, like you're gonna go to freaking sleep, but he's not about to do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
But he kind of just he does keep his head up a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then he kind of almost. Are we gonna decorate them together at least?
I mean, you're the birthday boy. That's up to you.
He gets more blush mark. Well, I mean, I guess.
Do you want to?
Well, then he sits up. Do we have any frosting? You know?
We do. And you can see on the counter. You don't have to roll perception. Um, I guess in theory I should make you roll investigation considering the mess, but I don't care. So.
I mean, I can roll it if you want.
Nah, we'll spare you any more 11s for the moment. You can see on the counter that there is like a can of that like frosting in a can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like icing or frosting in a can. Do they still make that? I don't know.
In a can?
Yeah, it's got like a plastic lid. You can pop it off, and I don't know. They used to make those. I don't know if they still do. Clearly, I do plenty of baking. Clearly.
Wait, but sorry, my brain is still stuck. Like in a can?
Yeah, it's not like a soup can, but it's like a. I don't even think it's fully metal. It's like, and it's got like a plastic lid on it that's kind of like a Tupperware lid, and you can
And then
pull it off.
when you open it, usually there's like a little foil thing on the inside of it,
Yeah, and then
and
you
you peel
pull it.
that back,
Yeah,
and there's the icing.
yeah, and you can just
Dude,
either spread it
that's
with
a
a knife.
tub of frosting. You don't call it a can. I was imagining a straight up soup can or like freaking bread in a can. Like,
Clearly, I do so much baking.
dude, I mean, it's okay. It's just my brain's like, really canned frosting? I mean, you're technically right. It's just, you know.
I am aware that I do not know how to speak the English language.
No, listen, I don't know how to. I don't know half the time what I'm talking about.
But yes, there is a tub of frosting on the counter.
Huh. You know, technically,
Hmm.
a can is defined as a usually cylindrical receptacle. So technically, you are correct. I'm sorry, I got so stuck on that.
You're fine. There is a container of some sort that is cylindrical in shape that has icing in it or frosting. Or...
There's a can of frosting. Okay,
Yes.
moving on. Well, oh, what flavor is it?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Great. I can't think of what it is.
It is a flavor that both of them will eat.
Yeah.
What is the specifics? Don't worry about it. That's for us to know and to figure out later.
Yep. So Austin gets up and picks up the frosting,
Mm-hmm.
places the uh, places a few utensils, some sprinkles, and the can of frosting down,
Mm-hmm.
and he's ready. Like he knows it's gonna have to cool a bit before you put the frosting on, but like he's ready.
He's ready to go. Um, I think while he's gathering up, decorating supplies like the sprinkles and utensils and stuff, Drew's going to at least attempt to clean up a little bit, like put some of the dirty dishes in the sink for them to wash later, and just try to clean up the mess a little bit.
And once Austin's done, he's gonna help too.
Mm. Um, I don't think they'll start washing the dishes yet, just so they don't have to get your hands all soggy right before they have to go into the oven. Because as someone who did that for a job, basically, it hurts.
Oh no.
But once they've got the kitchen at least somewhat tidied, they'll just go back to waiting for a couple minutes. It it shouldn't be that much longer.
Austin sits back at the table and
Mhm.
just gives a small sigh.
Mhm.
He won't elaborate.
I will refrain from rolling insight for the time being unless you want me to. Um, I will say that a minute or so after he sighs, the oven kind of dings, and Drew puts the oven mitts on and pulls the cupcakes out and sets them to the side so they can cool.
You want to roll some insight?
I can. Am I rolling insight on having pulled the stuff out of the oven or before that?
Yo, if you look back over at Austin, you could do that.
Wow, that was ass.
Alright.
I got a 14 and you got an 18 on deception, so you are no longer cursed by the 11s. However, minus a smaller number than yours, so I
Or
don't.
am I? Deletes my roll. All right, listen, I want this man. He, you look over at him, and you can see him like very slightly vibrating because he really wants to start icing this up. He cannot contain it.
I love him so much. Um, Drew pulls them out and sets them aside and turns around and looks at him, just vibrating the kitchen table, and just, it'll only be a couple minutes.
Uh, he stops vibrating immediately. Yeah, I know. He's trying to play it cool. He's not. What can I say? I'm just, just kind of impatient. And he starts
Excited?
vibrating again.
Excited?
Yeah.
Well, that's good though. It's good to be excited.
He kind of he does that thing where like you put your feet up onto the chair and like you kind of like curl up into a ball on a
Yes.
chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that.
Is this to contain his vibrations?
He's trying.
I would say that Drew doesn't really say anything else. They just go back to waiting for the cupcakes to cool in silence.
Oh, this feels like it's taking 5 million years.
If I could cool them any faster, I would.
And now Austin's thinking.
Oh.
And you can see like the gears in his head turning, like, how could we get these to cool?
um,
Hmm.
if he wants to use his brain cell for something else, though, he can roll insight again
I'm, okay.
at advantage. Never mind. That's
An
21.
advantage rolls 21. Never mind.
Never mind. I take it back. So you kind of are picking up this vibe from Drew. Yes, this is something that they want to do, and that they've enjoyed doing it, and that they're glad that you want to decorate them together. But you get the feeling that there is something off.
Ah. Uh, Austin kind of he tilts his head, then he tilts it the other way as he looks at Tree just a little bit, and then he actually takes off his hat. He was wearing it, because sometimes you just like to wear your hat,
Yes. Yes.
No matter if it's a top hat, no matter if you've been inside pretty much all day.
As Drew, who frequently wears their hat almost 24/7, they get it. They're just not wearing it right now because they don't want to get it messy with all the yeah.
Well, Austin takes off his hat, kind of just puts it to the side, and goes, "Is everything okay?"
Let me.
Do not try to deceive.
What the
Oh.
shit?
Get out of the room!
I fucked up.
Die.
I fucked up. Damn it!
Oh my god!
I can't win. For reference, we all had to start using a new dice bot. Well, I guess people in Bash were used to it, but the rest of us had to learn, and I'm still learning. Wow, that sucked. So, you ask if everything's all right, and they're just like, yeah, no. They are in fact fibbing.
Yes, very much.
That's a ton of deception. They're lying and they suck at it.
That's a myth, though. So, Austin gives a slight pout. Are you sure?
Drew is very pointedly attempting to look away. It's kind of like when you try to avoid looking at puppy dog eyes, except it doesn't work. It's just, yeah, I'm okay.
Well, I suppose I'll have to take your word for it, but if there is something bothering you can tell me, but only if you want. I don't.
The guilt is like swelling up inside them like a fucking balloon. Because they do want to tell him, but the thing that they are avoiding telling him is making them feel bad. And he can get those vibes.
Now, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to guilt trip you, because that's not what I'm trying to do.
I don't
I'm
think
just.
that. They said I don't think that.
Oh, well, I mean that's good. So I didn't mean to, which was whatever it is, it You don't have to. I mean, he looks down and he's like, how do I go about this? Look, you could tell me, you cannot tell me. But I mean, if it's going to eat you up inside or keep you up at night, then you might as well just be out with it, yeah?
Internally, Drew's like, he makes a good point, and I hate it. They sort of stand there in silence for a moment, kind of staring at the floor and like leaning back against the counter, and I just kind of feel bad about what happened. I mean, it was an accident, but
What happened? Accident.
at the at the farm.
Oh. Oh. You worried about that?
They sort of look up at him with like not sad eyes, but you know what I mean. Like,
Oh.
yeah, that's the thing.
Oh. Oh, Drew. That. I mean, who could have known? You know?
I mean, I
Who could have known that
certainly
weird.
didn't.
Yeah, that weird thing. And he's like, he makes the shape with his hand like he's holding like the ball or whatever. I mean, hell, I probably would have started juggling with it or something, and then
I just didn't think it would result in all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I can get if you felt bad, but I mean, it was okay. We were able to resolve it, and you're you again.
But are you okay?
Uh, yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
And Drew kind of gives him a look. I mean, I I didn't hear anything, but I have eyes, you know.
He starts sweating a little. What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't know what the duplicates or the clones or whatever you want to call them said, but some of it couldn't have been nice.
Well, I mean, it's not like they threatened to kill me or something.
Thinks about how Tess got the one that was really pissed off. Yeah, about that.
Oopsie.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Tess is
Well, hey,
fine.
those are
Don't worry about
accident,
it.
no.
Tess is fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody come for me. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the things they said couldn't have been hurtful. I'm actually not sure if I phrased that correct grammatically, but that's fine.
Well, I understood.
You're typing.
Yeah, I know I'm typing.
That's
Or,
deception again, isn't it?
yeah. You can roll something.
I'm gonna sure shit try. We'll see if I roll it right this time.
23.
23. 23. 23.
23. But it looks like he's thinking about it for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, No, um, this, I don't think there was really anything that hurt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you notice as he says this, he kind of looks away.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of more focusing on the window, the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and you also notice that he kind of starts fidgeting with his hands.
Oh no. Um, I think after a minute, um, of processing this, Drew goes, I don't know what any of them said, but it's not me. I'm not them. I I don't know what they said, but I do care about you, and I don't want whatever they said to have ruined that in any way. I do care. I wouldn't be out here trying to make cupcakes by myself if I didn't.
He quickly turns from the window to you and goes, "What? No, that's that's not what I. No, no, I, I know that you. Well, yeah, that you. That he starts stammering a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but and again, you could have asked me for help.
Again, it wouldn't have been a surprise if I had.
Well, it didn't have to be a surprise.
The kind of.
Also, would have figured it out sooner or later.
That's true. I should have seen it coming. You are very smart.
What?
What?
He looks extra flushed. Well, that's all besides the point. Either way, there was nothing said that would have indicated otherwise. That you know, and he just kind of grows quiet.
Mm-hmm. Um. Then what is it?
He looks back towards the window.
I mean, I won't. I'm not gonna force you to tell me something you don't want to. I wouldn't do that to you. But whatever it is was a part of a mistake that I made, even if it was accidental, and I want to fix it or make it right.
There's nothing to, yeah, there's nothing to fix. And I mean, they they weren't you, so no harm, no foul.
But it's still bugging you.
What makes you say that? Hmm? And he he tries to coolly put his feet up on the table.
I think Drew's just gonna shoot him a look that just kind of says, like, I know you well enough to know. But they don't say anything.
He kind of he very it's a very small eye roll here, but he puts his legs back down. Hmm. No, it wasn't anything you did. It's just my own. Well, damn it. It's my own insecurity.
Again, I won't force you to talk about anything that you don't want to talk about, but talking about it helps.
It's this deja vu of what?
It does feel very deja vu, you are correct.
Uh, maybe I should heed my own advice, yeah. Well, are the cupcakes done?
This is not talking about it, but Drew does look over to the cupcakes and I'll roll a d2 to see whether or not they're done. To see whether or not we actually give Austin slack or not. Okay. So Drew goes over and like checks them and just yeah, they're done.
Neat. We can get on to decorating them.
You are the birthday boy. You get first dibs.
Uh, really?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I, I don't know. uh, well, I mean, no, I was just gonna grab one, just start, going at it.
You are the birthday boy. You get first dibs.
I, you said that already.
They just kind of like shrug, like, yeah, I know, but
My point stand.
my point stands.
Well, I say, as the birthday boy, maybe you should have first dibs. Hmm?
Now, how is that fair? You're the birthday boy.
Well, the birthday boy gets to make the decisions, and I decide that you can have first dibs.
What if we both take first dibs?
How do we do that?
We both pick one at the same time?
What, with the eyes closed?
Sure.
Okay.
Um, Drew will close their eyes.
Austin will also close his eyes.
On the count of three. One, two,
Two.
three. And Drew will pick a cupcake at random and carefully pick it up.
Um, and as you do so, you realize there's a bit of opposite force, and then you both open your eyes,
Ah.
and you both have picked the same cupcake.
I guess that still technically counts. But Drew will let Austin have that one and pick a different one.
But for the moment, you do notice that he was rather flushed, and then goes, "Oh, sorry, oops."
Drew says nothing, but does have a smile on their face.
Okay, let me just, we'll just decorate this one. He immediately starts getting into
Yep.
to trying to frost it. Literally anything to avoid talking about anything.
I say we both roll performance. However, I would like to make an argument.
Okay.
So, I didn't state it before, and I probably should have. Drew is in fact wearing a certain apron that they got, which gives them a +2 to cooking and baking based rolls, Would
Yeah.
decorating these cupcakes count as that?
Yes, they would.
Fuck yeah. Look at me go. I just almost tried to fucking roll it wrong. I don't know what my performance modifier is.
Well, I do. Well, I know mine.
Okay, so then overall, plus the apron, it would be this. I fucked up, I think.
No.
Oh no, okay. Like, multiple
I
things.
mean, it seemed fine to me.
I don't know. Discord kind of freaked out, so I was very confused and thought both rolls came in at the same time. Okay, so we got a 21 and a 25. So we are both fucking amazing at this.
You know, maybe it was the maybe it was the previous tension in the air. Maybe it's the energy of the day. It's something. But either
There's
way,
something in the air.
both of them are just freaking hyper focusing it on this.
And they're decorating with sprinkles, and there's like little we'll say that Drew found little like music note and like space themed, you know, like when they put like the stupid little plastic decorations and cupcakes and cakes,
Yes.
like those, but
Good.
they're like planet and star themed, and they've got like music notes and stuff like that.
Oh, this is very cute.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use those rules to say that we do all the cupcakes, so that way we do not have to roll for every cupcake. Because I didn't think ahead on how many would be made from the box, because I haven't made cupcakes ever. So
Well, a box typically, let me see. I think it can make anywhere from 18 to 24. So we would roll for each individual one.
nope. In fact, I
That'd be
am going to
ridiculous.
be a cheapskate and say that we use these rules as our rules for the cupcakes, and we do a bomb ass job decorating all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it was a box of 24 because Austin deserves as many cupcakes as he wants. So.
Where? Gosh, now I want to make cupcakes.
Oops. Anyway, but yeah, they go through and they decorate all of the cupcakes until they're all done, and then the tub of frosting or icing or whatever the fuck it is empty, and like used up most of the sprinkles and all of the little plastic decorations, and you just have a army of well decorated, tasty looking cupcakes.
Good. And Austin actually looks rather surprised. You know, I'm usually a bit messier at this kind of thing. Maybe it's just that birthday luck.
So we have these, and then there's ice cream in the fridge or the freezer.
There's what?
There's ice cream in the freezer.
You got ice cream too?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? It's either a yes or a no. It's not Schrödinger's fridge.
Maybe.
Now listen.
You can roll inside if you want. Preferably at advantage if it's bad.
Wait, what?
Wait, I said you can roll inside if you want, preferably at advantage if it's bad.
Okay, hold on. 18. I mean, it's not bad. Did you still want me to roll again?
I thought I heard you typing, so I thought you were just gonna do it again anyway.
I mean, I can.
That's up to you. Do you want to just take the 18?
I'll just take it. I mean,
Okie dokie. So you can very clearly tell that, yes, they bought ice cream. And you have a hunch that they may have bought More than one tub of ice cream.
Uh-oh. Is it? What if it's one of those gags? He goes over to the freezer and he opens it and just like a bunch fucking fall out.
Now that would be fucking hilarious, as long as we swear that he doesn't get hurt because it's his birthday and that would not be fair.
Oh no, it's one of those. I would like to think it only a couple comically like just freaking
Fallout.
clunk onto the floor.
Yeah.
What the hell? Did they have a sale or something?
Kinda.
His face drops. Please tell me you didn't spend it in just a.
No, I did not spend an insane amount of money.
Good. All right, let me get these. He goes and starts picking up them.
Drew will go to help.
Well, they're only a couple, so they're just
Irrelevant. Drew will go to help.
and both of them just gonna like, shove them both back into the freezer.
Yep.
And shut the door. Yeah, maybe later.
The cupcakes are ready to eat, though.
They are, and they look very nice.
Drew kind of gives him a look like, well, what's stopping you?
I don't know. Maybe we should have some tea with it too.
Okay, what kind do you want?
I mean, he's like halfway to the cupboard to go get stuff. I mean, I could do it. It's not really that difficult.
It's not that it's difficult, but you kind of get the feeling they want to make it because you are the birthday boy, so you shouldn't have to.
And again, he gets this smug ass look on his face and goes, "Oh, so you wanna wait on me hand and foot?" And he just strikes a dramatic pose.
I wouldn't say that, but
No, I know you would. He does set like 2 mugs and like the kettle out as well. Um, well, I suppose then maybe I will get the couch prepared with blankets. I'm gonna go get some blankets. I'll be back.
Drew will nod and start uh getting the tea ready. Setting the water to boil, etc., etc.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he just scurries back over to his room. You kind of like you hear the door close, and then you just like hear those miscellaneous sound effects.
Uh-huh.
Then he comes out with like 2 blankets. Okay, let's set them over here. Flops them down.
I think while Austin is setting up the nest, Drew will move the cupcakes to like a plate rather than the like pan thing, and just start washing the dishes while waiting for the water to boil.
I can help with those. He starts taking a couple steps towards the kitchen.
I won't stop you, but you don't have to.
He makes a little pouty face.
Now, what's that look for?
He then just sticks out his tongue.
I never said that you couldn't, just that you didn't have to.
He just flops down onto the couch.
I'm gonna say that by the time Drew finishes washing the dishes, the water boils and they can, clean their hands off and prep the tea, and uh, they will take their apron off and just sort of leave it like hung over one of the kitchen chairs before bringing the 2 cups of tea over and offering Austin his cup.
He does give like a soft smile.
Mm-hmm.
He says thank you. Takes the mug. He just kind of holds it in his hands for a bit, though.
Mm-hmm. Andrew will sit down beside him.
I'd like to say, do you want to make a perception check?
Sure. I don't know what my perception is. I haven't played you in like 800 years. The other day doesn't count.
Perception, perception, perception. Whoa,
Holy fuck.
24. Shit.
Holy fuck.
Man, it's not something so benign, but it is kind of cute though, I guess.
I think that's the highest Drew's ever rolled on perception ever. They're fucking determined today.
I guess.
They're like, damn, the other day sucked. I was like 20 of me. Now I am determined.
I can see.
I can see. I can
Well,
fight. Anyway.
yeah. But I mean, maybe you hadn't noticed earlier, but as you go and sit down next to him and stuff, I mean, maybe it was as you were walking. You noticed more and more of his roots coming in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's this. He he kind of looks like a pumpkin. You know, a lot of the green is coming back in. It doesn't seem to bother him, as far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, you notice that he seems less tense than before. He's kind of sat back and is holding his mug, and he's kind of staring out into space a little. But his face, his eyes kind of have like a little dreamy look about them.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to retcon and say that when Drew brought the cups over, they went back and also brought over the plate of cupcakes because I realized that I fucking left them in the kitchen. So I'm retconning it to say that they are on the coffee table instead of in the kitchen, so I don't.
I mean, that's just what I assumed at this rate.
But
Favorite's like the cupcake.
Yeah, I realized while rolling perception, I was like, "Son of a bitch." Anyway, so they just sit there for a moment and just what you thinking about?
He's kind of he's only slightly startled out of his reverie here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nothing. I mean, you don't have to roll insight, and he ain't rolling deception. You can tell it's something from the way he's looking away, and a little bit of a blush mark appears.
Drew kind of gives him a look like something.
It's it's just nice. Just nice being here with you.
Well, it's nice being here with you too.
And he seems to be thinking about something, like he's hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
But then ultimately, yeah, kind of like scooches in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of just leans to the left. And then Now his head is on your shoulder.
Jewel do that thing where they lower themselves a little so that way he can be like more comfortable in it, but they'll let him. And they'll take a sip of their tea.
To do so, you notice that he has closed his eyes a little.
Um, could I roll like sleight of hand or something to take a hold of his mug of tea so he doesn't fall asleep and spill it?
Oh, like he hasn't done this before.
Yeah.
No, you can roll it though.
God, please don't let me fail. Wow. Okay. Fuck.
19.
So.
Well, wait, what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I would like to think that, like, so he's leaning, and as he closes his eyes, you can see his hands tip just a little bit, but you just kind of go like scoop.
Just scoop the mug away and gently set it on the table.
Hold on, let me roll something.
Okay.
Okay, 15. That's not bad. So you can tell that, like, he's resting, but he's not sleeping. He hasn't fallen asleep. He's just kind of peacefully sitting. But he does let out a little bit of a yawn. Oh, sorry.
What are you saying sorry for?
Just getting a little drowsy. That's me watching you roll and then unroll and then re-roll. Scared.
Okay, that's an 11.
You didn't keep the previous roll if that's what you wanted.
Yeah, kind of, because it was a lot better than an 11.
I don't remember what now you have the 11.
Now I have the 11. Anyway, so I just made a
No, what
bunch
was the
of.
previous roll?
So I made a roll, and then I realized that I should have rolled hammer space before I did the roll, so I deleted it and then re-rolled it and then rolled like ass. So I'm taking the roll that I got before, which was a 21, because
Oh, a 21. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Because it's my server and I said so.
No, I mean, I didn't know what it was. I was like, huh?
So that roll and then the 11 are the same thing, obviously. um, and it's sleight of hand. So while you are resting, Drew used their other hand to my brain shut off, to reach into their hammer space and pull something out, and I got a 6 on that, so it's fine. And they pulled something out, and then using the 21 that I kind of deleted, but it's okay, everybody saw it. They slide the thing into his hands, or at least onto his lap. And I got a 21, so he doesn't notice.
Okay, perfect. So let's say you put it into his hands, yeah?
Okay.
So he kind of just he looks at another yawn, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, you know, I sure hope you didn't spike my tea or anything. And he goes to take a sip, except he no longer has the mug in his hands. It's whatever he placed in it.
um,
And so it kind of just it hits his mouth, and he's like, "Huh?"
um, Drew kind of gets this grin on their face, like, I didn't spike your tea, but, and I'm sure you know what it is by now, because you've seen it, but Austin is holding a roughly like palm sized circular object that is goldish in color on the outside.
He, he kind of sits up, so he stops leaning, and he kind of rubs at his face a little. And oh, what is this?
Um, uh,
What is my mug turned into?
your mug hasn't turned into anything. Um, and in his hands is like he turns it over and it's a like I said, it's a circular object that's a golden color, and then on the front of it, the part that he's looking at, there's what looks like a star sort of bubbled into it, and there's a knob on top. And
Curious. He looks a little puzzled, but he's gonna attempt to open it, I guess.
I mean, it so he opens it, and on the inside, on the left side, there is what looks like a sun with a blue background, like it's up in the sky and everything. And then on the right side, is a dark sky with a constellation on it, and then two clock hands. He's holding a pocket watch.
You know, he looked a little sleepy before, but now he blinks a couple times and his eyes widen.
Mm-hmm.
This is well, this is just simply gorgeous. Did you find this?
Um, Drew's very pointedly looking at the ground. They've set their mug on the table, but they're looking at the ground and they're just, I didn't find it. I made it.
His eyes grow even wider. You made this?
They nod.
Oh, wow. I had no idea I could do that.
It took a
I mean,
very
like,
long time.
I mean, I have complete faith in your ability, but also, I'm just simply, I'm, I'm, I'm speechless. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, uh, this, this isn't for me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, oh, you can't be serious.
I am 100% serious.
Really?
It is your birthday after all.
But I don't think I could. And he kind of trails off.
Mm-hmm.
He's just stuck looking at the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Me typing furiously. I forgot what the modifier was. Okay. Oh, buddy.
Yikes. So what was that?
Well, it's a whiz save.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He looks at it and looks over to you and then back at the watch. And he starts tearing up.
I think Drew kind of starts to panic a little.
Panic.
And just I just wanted you to have something nice. That's all.
He kind of snuffles a little. You can tell though that as you know, even though he's rather teary-eyed, he is still smiling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this is so nice. You didn't like oh look at me just being all it just
They stop panicking, and they smile softly and just. I just wanted you to have something nice for your birthday. That's all.
you
You deserve it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
It's just God, you're real. He just kind of rubs at his face a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You little shit. But he says it with a great deal of affection.
They'll laugh at that. I try my best.
He covers his mouth. And he holds his head. And he's like, he's just freaking confounded right now. I know, we're getting to it.
Don't mind me typing in the rule, typing messages in the rule chat. Don't worry about it. We'll get there.
In fact, we're getting there right now.
Okay.
He's it's funny because he's settling down a little and then he turns it to the back.
Uh-huh.
And he notices that there is some amount of engraving on it.
Uh-huh. There is in fact a message engraved on the back of it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I actually don't remember what it says, so don't mind me doing this so I can get it.
I also didn't remember what it said, so I was hoping you would throw me a bone.
It's okay, I sent you the actual picture of the thing. God, I can't even read it. Why is it so small? Why is it so
Well, I can read it.
Okay.
It's fine.
I can't because it's too small for some reason because Discord absolutely crunched the image.
You can see him like squint a little as he reads it. Well, he doesn't have to squint. He has it in his hand.
Yeah. However, we are two little bitches with no vision. And a crunchy Discord picture.
Yeah. But you can see as he's, his eyes move back and forth as he's reading it.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm not gonna have him roll another whiz save.
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking at that 3. He just fucking bursts into tears.
Oh no. I wanna roll hammer space to see if Drew can pull like tissues or something out. Okay, that's a 9. Drew pulls out a
Imagine
box
he
of.
fumbled.
I would lose my mind. However, they didn't. It's fine. Drew pulls out a box of tissues and hands it to Austin.
No, it's fine. You don't have to do that.
Buddy, you're crying your eyes out.
Don't.
Wait, what?
He says, no, I'm not. But he grabs a couple tissues.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of mashes them against his face.
Mm-hmm. I think after a minute, Drew will set the box down beside Austin and dash into the kitchen to get a glass of water and bring it back for him because
It's fine, I can drink my tea.
Crying makes you dehydrated.
It's fine. But he does take the glass of water. Mm-hmm. He practically chugs it. He sniffles a couple times and wipes a little more at his face, but you don't understand, do you?
Drew kind of tilts their head like.
Mia, Austin, you really want to say this?
Oh boy. Fear?
You read all of this, but you're the one. You're the light of my life. And he can't help himself. He just throws his arms around Drew.
Drew will absolutely hug him back and just. Of course, I wanted to say all that. It took me forever to figure out what I even wanted to say. Once you engrave it in there, you kind of can't take it back.
Yeah. My goodness. I don't deserve you.
Of course you
do. He starts bawling his eyes out again, but in like that freaking anime way where it's just like a fucking faucet. So you're not gonna get actually wet, but like
no, but
really funny.
Yes, precisely. We're Toons. Rule of funny rules here.
Yes.
But Drew will remain hugging him until he is ready to pull away.
Oh. He after a little bit, he eventually lets go. But as he like you can tell it's a little reluctantly, but he's also a little sheepish about it.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of shimmies a little away. Sorry.
No sorry needed.
Yeah. He kind of starts boring a hole into the couch with his eye. But he does hold out a hand.
And Drew will take it without hesitation.
And he does give a little smile, even though he's still looking away.
Drew will give his hand a little squeeze.
He gives a bit of a squeeze back.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you like it.
His face drops. Like it? No, you don't. I love it. I. he, you can tell he starts getting a little teary again, but he kind of like fans his face a little. Yeah, it's really, really nice. You really outdid yourself. You really didn't have to.
I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
Cool.
Besides, this just means I'll have to up the ante for next year.
What?
Nothing.
No.
Just looking away.
Not before I do something for your birthday.
They sort of like give him a look like they're like it's playful, but like they're daring him.
He gives like this squint, like a challenge accepted type. Just you watch. I'm gonna think of something. I mean, not like too over the top, but I'm gonna think of something.
I would expect nothing less.
And he has like this determined look on his face.
But enough about
Yeah.
that. Why don't you try one of these cupcakes?
I was just about to. And you mind you mind rolling a deck save?
I knew that was coming. I somehow knew that was coming. I don't even know what my deck save is. Oof!
Beautiful. I guess maybe you're reaching for your cupcake, but as he swipes up his, he mushes it directly onto your face.
They like they do not see it coming. Obviously, that's a 6, my guy. That's a 6. So they are just innocently reaching for their cupcake, and all of a sudden there is frosting all over their screen, and they cannot see. So they just kind of freeze in place, and they're just like, ah. And they sort of slowly turn to look at him, even though they can't see.
You know, you I don't know if you noticed, but you got a little something, you know.
You don't say. And they'll pick up a cupcake.
But you know.
Do you want to make a deck save now?
Yeah. Yeah, let me. 17. However, hold on. He has it at disadvantage. Because he's trying to hold back a few chuckles. And in doing so, he lets his card down.
I will say, Drew goes to smear it on your face, obviously, but because they still have smeared cupcake all over their screen and they can't see, they only kind of like manage to smear some of the icing on your face rather than the entire cupcake, and the cupcake just kind of crumbles in their hand, and you just have some icing on your face.
Now, do it properly. Yeah, he takes his wrist and then kind of like angles it. He just kind of like lets the rest of the crumbling cupcake smush into his mouth.
It'd be easier if I could see. And they sort of They sort of take their free hand and like carefully wipe some of the icing off of their screen so they can at least see a little bit.
And from what you can see, Austin just continues giggling a bit, but his mouth is like all messy.
Was it good?
Yeah. He kind of makes your mouth, and but he nods.
Andrew gives a kind of a thumbs up with the hand that is covered in frosting.
And he he just kind of like he tries to lick a little bit of the frosting away. But he does then make a motion like he's going to get up, like, why don't we go wash this off a bit?
Why don't you finish chewing your cupcake first?
You.
But Drew will also stand up, and as they do, they just, well, I think I outdid myself this year as compared to last year, if I do say so myself.
Well, I think both this year and last year were perfect in their own way.
You would be the expert.
He kind of sticks his tongue out again, but playfully. All right, let's get all this off. I don't want to get anything on the couch.
Drew will let Austin have the bathroom and go clean their screen off in the kitchen.
He takes like 3 steps to the bathroom and then goes, wait a minute. Come over here, you.
What? I don't know if my mic picked me up or not. I blinked. Drew kind of stopped and said, what?
He kind of trots back over. And then he just kind of he leans in a little bit and then does a little snap. And both your faces are clean. His prestidigitation, I forget about this kind of thing.
If I had a nickel for every time that. Anyway, you know, I kind of forgot you could do that.
Well, you know, I kind of forgot I could do that too.
I mean, makes the process a whole lot quicker, so it works for me.
Yes. And God,
oh boy.
Hold on. He's gonna Oh my God. Adult.
What is that?
He he playfully kind of takes one of your arms, tries to tug you over there. And then he attempts to pick you up to carry you over to the couch.
No.
But that's a 10. And though he does get Drew in his arms, it's all wobbly and wobbly, like, whoa. And you both kind of just face planted the couch.
I think it would be the actual surprise of like not having experienced that ever, so Drew doesn't know what to do with their limbs or their anything, so they're just like, oh, what the fuck, and then before you know it, they're on the couch.
Whoa. And just poof.
They're both flopped onto the couch like I don't know. I didn't get that far. I did not get that far in the thought as it was coming out of my mouth. So.
Well, it's funny.
But they're both flopped onto the couch now. I think Drew will roll over so they're at least like kind of sitting in it, like reclined, but
Well, Austin wastes no time and curling right up next to you.
and Drew will grab the miscellaneous blankets that have accumulated on this couch and just sort of like slowly toss them over the like both of them.
And he gives another sigh, but it's a content one this time.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Starshine. I meant Sunbeam. What the fuck? Da, 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 da.
I like didn't even realize. I was just like, yeah, that's the right one. No, it's not. That's
Me.
mine.
No, it's not. You little shit. Roll back the tape. And he goes,
retcon that. Fix it in post.
well, Austin is embarrassed as fuck. I will say he actually says that and then goes, I'm sorry, I was just waiting for you to call me that.
I think Drew attempts to hold back a laugh, but it doesn't work that well. And just, I love you too, Starshine.
Man, you're too good, Sunbeam.
Says you.
Yes, I say that. And it's true.
Because you're the birthday boy, and it's your birthday.
I guess it is. But he he playfully goes and boops the area on the screen of Drew. That would be where your nose would be.
Their eyes kind of do that like it's hard to tell because there is no nose there, but they kind of do that like cross-eyed thing, like when you actually look at your nose. As he does it, but they just like blink, then like, you know what I mean?
But, his giggles kind of subside, and then he kind of leans back again against Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time we ended an FPS where they fall asleep, I would have more nickels than I know how to count because I have lost count.
And so have I. But I do think that's probably a good place to leave.
Yep, probably. But this was very good and good fucking content. And I'm going to go cry a little bit. But thank you for playing. Thank you, future
Thank you for playing
listeners.
with me.
Thank you, future listeners, for listening. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye.